Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz,
I'm Cliff.
I'm Scott.
and we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. This episode is brought to you by Big Ear Pedals. Go check out Big Ear Pedals. BigEarPedals.com. BigEarPedals.com. Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube mans. I don't even know. I wish I did. I need to memorize that whole thing because it's great. All right. So go check out BigEarPedals.com. Such excitement. I got my Albie back after loaning it out. I love it. It's great. Like the great thing about Big Ear Pedals is Grant usually he knows the sound he's going for, and he usually nails it. Like I don't think there's not a bad pedal by them.
Grant is part of my entire music theory that is drummers are better musicians when they switch to another instrument than people who have been playing it all along.
And they're also especially drummers that are. It's really funny how many drummers build pedals.
Yeah.
Like John Cusack,
Drummer.
He's a drummer. And then you got Grant. He's a drummer. I mean, he plays everything. But
well, we got confirmation. Theory confirmed.
Yeah.
2 data points. We're done. Draw a straight line. We're done.
Hashtag drummers do it better. You know what? I feel like we should get matching. We should just like use our Patreon money, foreshadowing for the next thing we're going to thank people for, and buy John and Grant matching drummers do it better shirts.
That would be sweet.
Just to wear it and orchestrate them to both wear it at NAMM and take a picture. I kind of want to do that just for fun.
Actually, speaking of new t-shirts, I just got one today
from
Pedal Haven.
Who dat?
Nice.
It says it's just a black shirt that just says "Ask me about my pedal board."
I like that.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
yeah.
That's a great idea. I'm wearing a solid color shirt. Kind of. Well, no, it's got a little bit of an accent on the side, but yeah.
What kind of accent? Southern?
no,
Depends which way you're facing.
French Canadian.
Ooh.
Right now it's orange, which is Tennessee accent.
There you go. Or Dutch.
Orange and Dutch. What is?
You never notice that? Like the Dutch uniforms in like the Olympics are all orange.
Oh. No.
Oh.
I really don't watch the Olympics.
There's one coming up, isn't there?
Every 2 years.
Well, I mean, no, they're having another one coming up because they skipped it because of COVID. So
Yeah,
we got like summer this last summer, and then like this winter we're having one.
Yeah, is it Beijing?
Yeah, I believe so.
Didn't they already do Beijing?
They did summer in Beijing. They haven't done winter in Beijing.
Oh, okay.
It's like how Vancouver could theoretically do the summer and the winter Olympics.
Or Utah.
Utah could. Summer in Utah would be brutal, though.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if Salt Lake has facilities to really... I guess you got Provo and you got all that stuff and you got a ton of the universities in that area. But
All right, we're getting way distracted. Okay.
Let's talk about Utah geography right now.
We want to thank... we do not have Cole Duke on. He would be the person. That's what we need to wait for him. But we do want to say thank you to our patrons who support us every month. You can go to patreon.com/theeffectsloop and become a supporter. Oh, wait, I've got to do a thing. I totally forgot.
You going to read a list?
No, but I do. Really quick, I sold my my King of Tone spot, and I have to say Matthew Finzelau, how do you pronounce it? Finzelau?
Isn't it Fenslow?
Finzelau is a scholar and a gentleman.
Isn't it supposed to be a gentleman and a scholar?
Both a gentleman and a scholar.
There you go.
All right, I have to refer to him as both a gentleman and a scholar. That was part of the deal. Also, part of the deal was he was supposed to join our Patreon, and he hasn't. So, patreon.com/theeffectsloop, Mr. Finslow. We're waiting. All right, so let's move on to
No, we're gonna sit and wait for this to happen. Like that's what we're doing for the next however long it takes. Cliff, I hope you're comfortable.
He's like, Clifton's in his car. He's actually like in the perfect spot because he could go anywhere he needed to right now.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I could. I'm doing. The reason I'm in the car is because like I'm trying to get like I know it gets noisy in my house, so I'm just. This is the least noisy place I have.
Awesome.
So.
All right. Well, let's see. We need to talk about what's new. I guess I'll go first because I actually have a what's new this week.
What?
Yeah. I splurged. I did an impulse buy. There was a stupid deal of the day. The Nobles ODR Mini was on sale.
Oh man!
Awesome. After shipping, it was $65. Like it was. I mean, it wasn't like. I mean, it was a pretty good deal. I mean, it was 25% off the list price.
Normally I was seriously considering.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things. I had an ODR, the normal size one, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't really my thing, but I would like to have. I mean, having the mini one where I could dial in that tone if I ever wanted it is great. And for $65.
Yeah, that's a steal.
I've never seen them on there before either, so that was pretty cool.
Well, I mean, speaking of stupid deal of the day, yesterday it was another. They keep going to that Martin special edition D28. Yeah. I'm seriously wondering, like, is just no one buying it?
Yeah, that's probably it.
It's just weird because it seems like such a good deal.
It seems like above the price point of what people do on stupid deal of the day, like impulse buys.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
but you can still finance and stuff through it.
That's true. That's true. It's just kind of seems like it's out of most people's reach to do an impulse buy.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, a normal D28 can't be kept in stock right now, so it's just like it's interesting seeing a Martin
I see where you're going.
Showing up player constantly as if it's like just no one wants it because it seems like a guitar people would want.
I don't know.
Watch in 10 years, someone like Jason Isbell will be playing one, and they'll just shoot up in value.
Mm.
And when I say Jason Isbell, I mean like whoever is Jason Isbell in 10 years.
The equivalent of him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Could still be Jason Isbell. Could be. He's got it in him. He's just got to believe in himself.
Yeah.
Gotta believe in yourself.
Carpe diem.
Yep. Well, who do you think, speaking of that, like, who do you think is going to be the next Guitar Hero? I mean, just like Jason Isbell. Just out of curiosity.
Machine Gun Kelly. Honestly, okay, but for real,
I mean, he'll be the next Tom DeLonge. Yes.
The one person that I would love to see expand their horizons and become and bring guitar to the forefront of their music, and I think they could be the next Guitar Hero, Post Malone.
It's interesting.
Oh, fantastic. When the rap scene dies for him, I could totally see him going the country route.
Yeah, and I mean, he honestly, the thing is, though, he's a phenomenal guitar player. I love watching him play guitar. And the funny story is, he started playing guitar because of Guitar Hero. So that would be fantastic, like a nice little circle.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's I don't know who it will be. I can tell you, Post Malone would be one that I'd like to see his career make that arc. Because I mean, as much as like a lot of people don't like the music he's doing now, a lot of the music, if you listen to it, has a lot of I mean, you can tell musical influences throughout it, and it's not just rap where it's just no substance. You can tell that he has an ear for music.
Yeah, he's interesting because like it seems like being gimmicky got him there, but like he's got some substance when people who usually are gimmicky don't have substance.
Right. And that's the big thing. Like if you were to look at this guy, I mean, he honestly looks like a sucker that came out from under your couch from like 3 weeks ago. But
oddly specific example, Diaz.
I thought it was good. I honestly just came up with that off the top of my head.
Oh, I was going to say, did you just wash it off real quick and just throw it back in?
Did you get sick, Dean?
If you run it under cold water, it tastes really good. Anywho, yeah, no, it's just the first thing I thought of. But you see him and you don't think like there's a whole lot going on there. Kind of like Island Boys. I mean, where there is not a whole lot going on there.
I had no idea who they are other than I saw an article with a picture of them the other day.
TikTok, like, was it the Island Boys? All right, anyways, yeah, it's really bad, and it's entertaining. I the only reason why I know them is because of TikTok, and like I end up watching stuff that they just end up showing up on, or people are making fun of them. But yeah, it's definitely something interesting.
I mean, TikTok is affecting the music industry.
Oh yeah.
So, but at the same time, in 10 years, TikTok will be past its prime probably. So
TikTok is great for one-hit wonders.
Maybe
they came up with one little catchy thing, and they use it as a clip for a week, and then they're gone.
You know that one guy who did like the internet drama, and he writes songs about them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the broccoli recipe, casserole recipe, and those ones. That guy's actually really talented, so I'm curious what comes from it.
Well, I'm not saying that they're not talented.
Yeah,
I didn't mean it in that way. All right, let's Clifton, do you have anything new?
Not really. Gear wise, not at all. Let's just say the newest thing is like got off the heels of playing our Christmas service, and that was kind of a crazy feat every year. Pulling that together, and I think it went okay. Being in a small, like, to medium-sized church,
right.
There's challenges, and anyways, I think we did okay, so I'm happy with that. I have a kind of a sigh of relief, and so it's always a stressful time musically trying to pull off all of that. But as far as anything new, I've been playing in Open G, doing the Keith Richards thing for a few weeks now. I'm having fun with that. So
nice. Now, not all our listeners are, like church players, so this might be kind of like an odd thing to other people who are like, why is Christmas such a big deal? Not just like we all get Christmas as a holiday and it's a big deal for that. And also it just means a lot of people come in like there's just attendance numbers are always higher during Christmas. But like, why is like church music? There's so many memes about it, all that kind of stuff. Why is church music so over the top at Christmas?
Well,
because it's like the Super Bowl.
Well, to me, it's such a change of order because it's like any band really. Like you're used to playing like the same material, throughout the year, and you're working on new stuff, but it's all like the same kind of genre. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you got to figure out how to make traditional stuff work in a contemporary. If you're in that kind of church,
G D G D C G D C, like where every word's a chord change.
Yes.
But the big thing is I think like, so Scott, were you talking about like how it's such a big deal, or like how it's just so crazy, or
both?
Okay, so like my thing with Christmas is, like I said, it's the Super Bowl. So I mean, church is really big for having creasters, people who only come for Christmas and Easter to make their mom happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the big thing, and in the church in general has gotten to where they're like, oh, if we have this epic Christmas service, maybe some people will come back. Or it's a time also kind of like, I mean, it's your biggest audience of the year. It's like you want to make it epic.
It's kind of like on Four Christmases. You ever seen that movie?
Oh my gosh, I love that movie. Dwight Yoakam as was it Pastor Dan or something?
Yes. It's kind of like that, but maybe not in a funny way.
Yeah, that is a really good. It really is like a really good mirror to hold up to the church when it comes to Christmas, just because how absolutely over the top it is. I mean, it's absolutely insane. There's churches, like the ongoing joke is once Christmas service is over, they're like, all right, it's time to start planning for next Christmas. or you're planning for Easter. As soon as Easter's done, you're planning for Christmas. I mean, it's the two biggest events. I mean, it's the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl. That's it. Like that's what you've got going on right there. I mean, and I don't know. It'll never change, because until the culture of people, not the church culture, but the culture of the world in general, where more people are going on a regular basis instead of just the two big services every year, they're just catering to what's coming into them. They're just reacting. All right, you got your two biggest services. We're going to show up. We're going to, put on a great service, and maybe those people will come back, or they can have a big impression. I mean, a really good one is whenever. Does
it work though?
No.
Okay.
They think it does.
Is there like more giving at Christmas, like with all the strangers that show up? I don't want to call them strangers, but like the once a years, do they show up and suddenly give money? Is there like, because that's the other weird part, is there's suddenly all this like budget available for Christmas services.
I think whenever they're making the budget from the get-go, they're automatically just planning it that way.
I think it's kind of like it's equivalent to like Black Friday, and even like smaller churches is kind of like the shop local whole mentality. Like they know they can't compete with the big box, but like they're trying to put their best foot forward.
Well, those are the people that are like, I mean, they know the people who've been coming every year.
Well, so we do on a normal Sunday. There's two services,
right?
Maybe 600-700 people come in between those two services
collectively.
Yeah, and they increased the seating to 500 just for these services. We've already had 2, and there's another 2. Like we have 2 more on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So like clearly they're expecting a lot of people to come. But like, there's like, we have like moving light shows. We have like dance groups coming in. Like, it's just so much stuff. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like,
yeah.
And everyone is stressed out.
Oh, there's dance teams.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We have a choir, like a 30-person choir.
Please tell me there's a human video. If there's not a human video, I'm not going.
Human video?
You've never heard that term?
It was the 90s. Yeah.
No, they did Drunk Christmas, basically. So it's one of the pastors sitting down interviewing children about what's the Christmas story, and then like kind of reenacting it as they go, as the kids like give bad details and things like that, and just kind of like making it jokes. That's what they do.
Okay. Oh, that seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
So,
but we're doing 4 songs. Like, it's not like there's this crazy huge load of music, but for some reason this load of music is super stressful and awful.
So
that's just all church music. All Christmas music sucks.
Yeah,
we're doing Hillsong. It's like really easy.
Unless you're doing
question.
Yeah.
Though,
yeah.
Like with that music, is it like arrangements are hard, or it's just so different than what you normally do?
Well, so here's the thing. So our lead artist Patrick Mayberry, charting Christian worship artist, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, he's in town. He wrote a new song for this year, so it's called Hope for All. It charted, and we're playing that, and that's just like it's like traditional church music, it's a 5-chord progression, but whatever, we're doing a Hillsong version of Joy to the World.
Right.
Oh, Come All You Faithful's pretty chill, other than the fact that there's like some gospel walks in it that took us a while to kind of learn.
You need to Miraculum.
Well, so we're doing Carol of the Bells as an opener, and that's been like the biggest one, because like that is a custom arrangement by one guy, and he never gave us sheet music, and it just took forever to learn, and miscommunicated like what parts people should learn. So then like I show up for rehearsal, and he's like, "So you got those like 16 note runs down?" I'm like, no, you didn't tell me to learn them. So then I had to like learn them in a day. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff, and actually I'm not doing it. We just added more to the track, and then I went back to just like hitting the chord hits to just make the room feel more energy.
Yeah.
Because like if I'm trying to play a 16 note run of Carol of the Bells along with a track, doesn't matter how good I play it, it's just like it's always going to sound a little off because I'm human, and I'm playing with a quantized track. But yeah, it's just like, why is there like everyone's just so stressed out, and there's so much energy, and it's just a lot. Whereas like I can show up on a normal Sunday and play 4 songs from memory, no problem. So
Yeah,
I think it might be like Clifton said. It's all stuff that you're like he was talking about, where we're just used to it. It's the same stuff over and over again, and this is just a total curveball.
Well, I mean, I joined this church and they have their own songbook, so it's been 2 to 3 new songs every week already for me.
Oh,
so I'm quite used to new songs. It's just, I don't know, for some reason it has a lot more to do with like everyone's got their hair on fire because it's Christmas.
Or it could be Christmas music's more dramatic.
It just finds its way into the everyone becomes more dramatic as a result.
Yes.
And that, kids, is the true meaning of Christmas.
Over dramatization.
Yes. Anyway, sorry, that's a tangent and a half there.
Well, I guess that's your what's new.
That's a bit of my what's new. Yeah.
What else is new?
Oh, I got my so I opened my Secret Santa gift early.
Oh yeah, I didn't see what you got.
I got the Mission dual expression pedal. That's the Neural DSP branded one. So it's like that was such a good gift for me.
I kind of helped with that.
Did you?
Who was it? Was it from Tom?
No.
No, who was it from?
Philip.
Jason. Philip. Oh yeah, Philip messaged me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's actually funny. He's like, oh man, you're such a hard guy to shop for. And I was like, actually, there's a really obvious and easy one. And he was like, what is it? And I told him I was just like a Noble's ODR one. But
wow.
It looks like
why
Clifton
didn't you
dropped
get
off.
the mini?
I just didn't. I've been spending so much money on other stuff. I just didn't feel like spending money on it. And I also kind of figured like in a year, you're not going to be using that ODR one and I'll just buy it off you.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's my what's new. Other than a bunch of standing desk pieces, I'm going to be rebuilding my desk.
His new apartment, also known as IKEA.
None of it's IKEA.
Well, it sounded better as IKEA.
It's actually, IKEA's kind of expensive for some of that stuff compared to what you can get off Amazon now.
Yeah. Those Amazon basics.
Yeah. You know what's not Amazon basics though?
The Great Eastern Effects small speaker overdrive.
Yeah.
I guessed right. I've got the answers in front of me. All right. Kylo just farted. I'm pretty sure.
Sure that wasn't you?
I don't know. I got my headphones on, so it could have been me. I don't. Why does this look so weird? Like I like it. I don't like that where the low knob is.
Is it too low for
weird. You? It's in a circle. So the design around it is 4 circles around, and then a 5th circle around the LED. And
it looks like a speaker
towards the top. Yeah, it looks like a speaker. There you go. Thank you. Whatever. But the low knob, the knobs are set up, I don't know, like a compass, north, south, east, and west. And the low knob is the south. I don't know. I'm sure it sounds great. But...
So it does. It's kind of an amp in a box-ish kind of a thing. Is that a fair way to describe it? So you've got level and gain, highs and lows control.
Right.
Would you still need a speaker sound with this? Like,
that's what I can't quite figure out. Is this quite? Because obviously you're going to use it as kind of an overdrive / fuzz because it's supposed to sound like a Fender Champ speaker, kind of breaking up.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to read. But without VAT, it's $242 shipped. Oof.
Yikes.
With shipping added on top of that.
That's a lot for a low to medium gain pedal.
It is, especially because like you know what I immediately start thinking of when I see this?
A Mr. Black pedal?
Oh, actually, aesthetically, yes, but okay. From a like concept standpoint, I think of the RIP speaker from EHX,
which is a fuzz.
Effectively, yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I mean, if you're looking to get that like overdone cone cry kind of sound of a Fender, this could be what you're looking for. I mean, it's not your typical overdrive. So
I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Sounds like somebody who would use that.
Yeah.
Edge. Yeah.
All
Instead
right.
of using a fuzz pedal, he would just crank a champ and.
Oh yeah.
No, but he'd have 14 champs on tour with him that he could pick between them based on the night.
Kind of like Eric Johnson picking fuzzes based on the temperature.
Oh yeah, sticking them all in the freezer.
Yes. All right. Well,
speaking of something to just one of a kind to pick for the night.
Yeah, Red Witch launches a collection of 54 one of a kind non-perial overdrives.
Yeah, I've never seen that word before.
I would thought it said non-parallel at first. Non-perial. I wonder what that word means.
Having no match or equal, unrivaled.
Okay, well that's a big word for. That's confusing.
When used as an adjective. When used as a noun, it's an unrivaled or matchless person or thing.
These 54 are unrivaled or unmatched.
Or it could be, in the U.S., a flat round candy made of chocolates covered with white sugar sprinkles.
That's it. They're totally chocolates.
Oh, I've seen these before. That's what they're called? That's a Christmas candy.
Perennials are flowers.
Yes, they are, DS.
So is this like a limited release then? Like a 50?
Yes.
Okay. 54.
Yeah, so each pedal is based on a poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. And so there's 54 lines to that poem, and so each of these 54 pedals is based on one of those lines with unique artwork.
Interesting. Do you think, that's cool, but how many people, I guess, would care 54?
About
that? Hopefully 54.
Let's see if they're still on sale.
This was
listed, can still buy one.
Yeah, then this was listed 8 days ago. Or this article was written 8 days ago.
Wow, so they're not selling that well then.
Red Witch doesn't sell that well. It used to be, Red Witch, before all the boutique brands blew up, Red Witch was a boutique brand. I don't know if they still are considered a boutique brand. But that was kind of, sorry, it keeps popping. It seems like Red Witch has really just kind of died down. It's like they hit a wall. And didn't they at one point almost go out of business?
I thought they got bought over.
They might have. You know how much these are a piece? And I'll tell you why they're not selling. $450 freaking dollars.
Yeah, but if they were actually a collectible, people are not. If there's ever an era for something like this to come out, it's right now, with like guitar pedal collection just being insane.
Yeah.
So
I just wonder if like the target audience of somebody who would buy this would care anything about like it being based on a poem from a poet that most people don't know.
Unbeknownst to everybody, every Pelican Noiseworks pedal is based on a song and has lyrics in it. Usually there's thrice lyrics in every single in a lot of those. So there's inspirations people have.
What is the Pelotar in
It's just those like pedals like transcend, whatever that is. Like it's not about some kind of like obscure thing, Like it's pretty approachable. People who don't like thrice would still enjoy those pedals and play them.
Yeah, cool. it's more of an Easter egg that Leon is doing, where he writes just a lyric in the back of it. So like mine has a lyric from Red Sky, which is on the Vihisu, or however you pronounce it, album. But I also appreciate that because I am a Thrice fan. So anyway, what's kind of fun is they actually have the whole poem posted in full on the website for as you run through every single line or every single pedal. Some of the artwork's really cool. What's unique about these is to let the artwork kind of shine. All the knobs are on the top of the enclosure on like the upper side, the top side, whatever you call it.
Kind of like an Octavia.
Yeah.
Also, the JHS, did they have all the
Legends of Fuzz stuff was all there, yeah.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
But $450.
That's awful steep in my opinion.
I don't think that's uniquely your opinion there, Diaz. I think that's pretty steep.
Yeah.
But there's, at the time of filming, which is, Tuesday afternoon, doable. Or you can still grab one if you want. So.
Yeah, but you know what? Is not steep is the Mr. Black mini phaser. So this thing is an 8-stage phase shifter.
Ooh.
The more stages, the better, brother.
Yeah, for $139.
Oh,
in a mini pedal enclosure too.
Yeah.
And it's got mini knobs.
Oh, I love the mini knobs. Reminds me of the old Maliko, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Not old, but I mean, do they still make those?
Maliko?
Yeah.
I think so.
Huh.
I haven't seen anything from them in a while, but
yeah.
Anyway, check them out, Mr. Black. They're
it's a basic design. That's one of the good things about these mini pedals.
You know what you're getting. Yeah. Simple. So, yeah, you can check them out at their website. Sorry, just moving us along because there's a surprisingly large amount of gear considering Christmas is, Saturday.
Yeah. Everyone's just announcing awesome stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Epiphone,
awesome stuff. Oh, I'm like, I like this. Yeah, tell them, sorry.
Epiphone has released the 1961 Les Paul SG standard in the Inspired by Gibson line.
Oh, so excited.
Which is, it's an SG. But when they first came out, they were called Les Pauls because that was supposed to be the new thing. Epiphone includes things like CTS pots, Mallory capacitors, Burstbucker 2 in the neck, Burstbucker 3 in the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So real Gibson humbuckers, medium jumbo frets, bound neck. Now guess how much they cost.
I already saw the price.
Is it about $700?
You are low.
I'm low. Oh, okay.
$850. It's not a bad price getting those. I mean, especially with already having decent pickups in it. Gibson burst buckers are phenomenal.
It's basically the price of what the old SGs were plus new pickups.
Yep. Well, it's got the bound fretboard. That's another thing that's not common on Epiphone SGs.
And CTS pots, Mallory caps, and switchcraft switch. So no rewiring job needed.
Yeah, it comes set up ready to go. Also has the what are the tuning pegs? The ones that are the kind of like the bone.
Oh, are they actually the? Why can't none of these pictures have?
Is it Clusins?
No. Well, it's whatever's the style.
Is it the plastic
metal.
tulip ones?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
plastic tulip.
Okay.
It's the slim taper neck profile. So it'll be a thinner neck. Whether you like that or not, that's up to you. But
I love the antique white.
Yeah, it's
the classic white.
It's a very nice aged white.
Yeah, I love it. It looks great.
Aged white.
I need a white SG.
Which also describes the people who buy this.
Yeah, aged white people. Listen, I'm sorry. Our conversation our text conversation the other day was great.
What, just between you and me?
Yes.
I'm going to have to scroll back to that one, but
I was complaining about white people, and Scott reminded me that I am white, and I said, what did I say? I
think you said your last name is Diaz. And I was like, but you're not Juan Diaz.
No, I'm red Mexican. You said, yeah, but your name's not Juan. I said it's Juanathan. Listen, I know the reason why I don't identify as white is because Mexicans and other Hispanic speaking people will walk up to me and start speaking Spanish without even talking to me first.
I mean, people, they do that to me too.
It's not the same.
No. By the way, an 850 does include a hard shell case, by the way.
Oh, it does?
Yep.
Ooh, that's nice too.
Yeah.
You know what? Good price. I think this is a very solid price.
If this is as premium of an instrument as we're thinking it is, this is the right price point. I mean, 100%. You're competing with upper end Schecters and some of that kind of stuff too, but it's good. It's good.
And they look fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't mess up an SG. I mean, you can ask ESP, but all right. We're gonna move on before TS gets.
Speaking of messing up a Gibson design.
Oh, dude, that was epic. All right, Dave Mustaine's first signature Gibson Flying V is here.
In very limited, quote unquote, quantities.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because they only wanted to make like 10 of them. So you've got.
It's a flying.
I like the inlays at least.
You like the teeth?
They're reverse teeth compared to the way they usually
are.
They're
like fangs or something or whatever. Yeah.
I honestly I think they're wings. Because wasn't his thing kind of no, that was just because it was Dean.
Does he know any wings? Love, take me down to the streets.
I don't think that's wings. you white, you Ben Affleck.
Do we need to now make like role models references part of our bingo? Because it seems
to happen a lot. I just watched Role Models the other day. So, oh man.
Clifton's just like muted himself. He's done with this conversation.
Yeah, he's like, you guys lost me with your heathenistic TV.
So, is that a binding or like a German carve around the lip there? Is that a bevel? What am I looking at?
What? I don't know. I really don't know what you're looking at. What picture are you looking at?
The picture at the top of the article.
What are you talking about? Bevel or lip?
There looks like there's something along the edge.
Of what part of the guitar?
Yeah, it looks like it's
is that binding?
Out. No, it looks like it's like, I don't know if it's, maybe it's just a shiny edge. It looks like it's kind of like rounded a little bit, like they, like sanded the line out and made it. But I see what you're saying. The silver one especially looks like that in the picture.
Is that just weird? It could just be a weird lighting highlight.
I think it's just weird lighting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
I'm not a huge Gibson guy. So like, especially like things like I've never actually picked up a Flying V. Are they normally a 25.5-inch scale?
I couldn't tell you.
Me either.
Jason, feel free.
Well, because it's also 24 frets. Is that normal?
Okay, yeah. No. Well, not really.
This is an alternate headstock, as the Explorer style headstock.
Yes.
It's got the Thrash Factor pickups from Seymour Duncan, which is Dave's signature set.
Yeah.
Includes a hard shell.
It's $2,800.
Compound radius. It's sold out already.
What?
Yep.
Oh, this is what happens whenever freaking thrash doctors. Let's see.
I don't know. I mean, $27.99 for a Gibson is actually like right. It's actually cheaper than their standard models.
Yeah.
Like that's a Les Paul's that much. Les Paul standard.
Yeah, it's not like a six. You would expect it to be like, if they're doing limited quantities, be like 6,000 or something like that.
Yeah, 6,000 is exactly how much I think of when I think of like an artist model. I don't remember how much the Adam Joneses were, but they were up there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was a Silverburst custom versus this, which is
not custom.
The V is a simpler guitar.
Yeah.
But
simple guitar for simple people. All right. Sorry. Speaking of simple people,
Dave Mustaine gets no respect, guys.
Listen, I hate watching Some Kind of Monster because they have the Dave Mustaine part and he's in there crying like a girl. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Men can cry.
It's men expressing their feelings that they've repressed for years and years and years. We should normalize this behavior, Diaz.
I agree with you. That's why I said I shouldn't have said that. It just came out. I saw the words exit my mouth and I grabbed for them and it was too late.
Toxic masculinity right here.
All right. Okay. So Dave Mustaine's on there. But the reason why I just don't like it because it's just like, I don't know, it makes me feel awkward.
It should make you feel awkward. I mean, like, those were very uncomfortable situations that people were dealing with pain. Like, you're not supposed to feel comfortable in that situation.
Yeah, I did not feel comfortable.
Actually, speaking of watching music documentaries and feeling awkward, the Beatles Get Back. My parents could not stand it, and I'm like sitting there. I'm like, I had mixed feelings. Like, in one way, it was kind of fun because it was like, oh, cool, they're just complete clowns like we are in rehearsal.
I'm halfway through it, so don't spoil it.
Yeah. Turns out John Lennon dies.
In the sequel. Come on.
Oh my god. All right, so I'm watching it with my sister. So my sister and I are huge Beatles fans. Our dad was a huge Beatles fan. Yeah. And so that's one thing that her and I really bond over is our love for the Beatles. So we've been watching it on Disney Plus where you can watch as if watch together, and we've been sitting there on speakerphone just being quiet watching it, and then we're like, oh my gosh, did you just see that? Or like tying stuff in because I mean she's lucky enough she's seen Paul McCartney live. That's always been a big thing for us. So I've loved it. I'm 2/3 of the way through. I still got to finish the last part of it. But I've absolutely loved it. And I'm really surprised it's taken this long for all this footage to be released.
Well, I mean, there was that the whole beginning part where Ringo wishes that the world never knew that he was Spider-Man, and he goes to Doctor Strange to. Or did I fall asleep during one movie and wake up during another?
I'm just hanging up. Oh, okay. Dude. Do you know what tomorrow is? Or today, if you're listening to this episode on the release day?
New Matrix.
Yeah, boy.
So we have our we have 2 Christmas concerts tomorrow night. And we have a Samsung Smart TV in the green room. I'm totally installing HBO on that and just, oh my gosh. We're just going to watch it in the green room.
I'm watching it tomorrow too.
Yeah.
On the same HBO account as you.
Yep.
Oh man. All right.
Speaking of sharing HBO accounts, loading guitars.
We're sharing HBO accounts if you're in the South. And Sheeran by Lone launches signature. And get signature equal guitar?
Yep.
What?
Okay, so it's Ed Sheeran. So Loading Guitars has been doing Ed Sheeran's guitars now since he discontinued his relationship with Martin. Right. And so every Ed Sheeran album has been like multiply, divide.
Yeah.
So equal is the current one or new one, whatever.
Yeah.
So they announced his signature guitar, which is another tiny little body thing.
You know what would have been great is if in between his 3rd and 4th album he came out with Pi, like 3.14. That would have been fantastic.
It's all tool covers.
Is that like a single O size or double O? I can't.
I mean, it's even smaller. I think it's even smaller
than a.
What if that guy's just really? I wonder. What if that guy's just really big that's holding it?
I don't think Ed Sheeran's that big of a dude.
Ed Sheeran looks tiny.
I mean, so one of the things he loves, he's Mr. Do a loop and bang on the guitar kind of a thing. Uh-huh. And for whatever reason, the tiny little parlor guitars have worked really well for that. Probably because the same reason a lot of people like parlor guitars is the bridge actually moves back into the center of the larger bout. Mm-hmm. So you get actually a really nice low frequency out of them.
Well, I honestly too, being able to mess with that parlor guitar from Yamaha, one of the things is if you're playing acoustic constantly, it's very comfortable.
Yeah, they're great couch guitars.
Well, even playing live, I would love to have played one live. I think I did. I think I took it and played it at a restaurant. But
nice.
Yeah, I did actually. I gigged with it, and it was 100%. It was very comfortable, and I think that's one of the things I would assume if I had to play acoustic guitar every night, like 360 days a year or whatever, I would find whatever's most comfortable. I mean, and I don't know. You gotta.
Yeah. So, two interesting things here that I think are worth pointing out. Normally, guitars, they'll put something at the 12th fret where they have the unique inlay. This is at the 7th. So just from a, aesthetics point of view, that's kind of a unique move.
That's why it looks so weird.
Right? Like it's kind of weird. And also it's kind of funny in the article they say it's the 17th and it's not. But another interesting thing they're doing with this, and so it's a limited run. I think they're only doing like 300 of these.
3,000.
3,000 of them. But what they're doing is you can pre-register to buy one. And I think they're going to kind of do like a raffle or like a lottery system, or it will just be a closed release to those who signed up.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder how much it is going to be.
Probably $2,000 to $3,000.
Oh, Equal is Sheeran's 4th record. He should have done something before. He should have done Pi.
Well, he hasn't done addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. All 4. That would have been 4. Equal should have been 5.
And maybe he doesn't. Did he do a division one?
Divide was his last one, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Anyway, interesting. This next one is not an official announcement, but it's an official announcement. Paul Reed Smith and John Mayer both posted a quick little video that said PRS Guitars, the SE logo, and January 11th. Insert Ron Paul, it's happening GIF.
I'm so excited.
So it looks like the SE Silver Sky is actually coming sooner than we thought. But actually, that's about the right... That would have been Winter NAMM announcement time. So, in a normal year. So, we'll see what that winds up looking like. But we've been teased with this for a while. It's kind of time to finally see it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
It'll sell well.
It's gonna be hard to get
unless the pickups are terrible, which I really doubt they will be, but I also doubt they're going to be the same pickups that are in the American.
It won't be the same,
unless they're going to be. Well, the other thing that could happen is this could be an SE for like $1,000 or something like that.
I think it's going to be probably about 1,200.
Okay, then at which point I would expect better pickups then.
Right. I feel like with John Mayer's name on it, you're gonna get it's going to be around 1,200. If it's less than 1,200, I'll be excited.
Well, because a Silver Sky is what, 22?
Yeah,
22, 23ish. So if it's at the same price point as like the SE Hollow Body 2 with the piezo, that's kind of the upper limit. Because then you get into the S2s at like about 1,500. So
yeah,
it's kind of a tough place to fit. But at the same time, the market's capacity for expensive import guitars keeps getting higher and higher. So we'll see.
We will see. All right. So this next thing.
Yep.
I'm excited for. I hope they do the thing where you can download the demo and mess with it. So Neural.
Oh yeah.
DSP. I don't know if you've heard of them, Scott.
No, I never talk about Neural products ever.
It's a company that does DSP stuff. All right, so they have the Archetype series, and pretty much you pretty much download.
It's a plugin.
Setup. It's a plugin to sound like someone. John Petrucci is now gonna have an Archetype.
I mean, who better fits the Neural market?
Oh yeah, I mean, especially because you've already gotten. I mean. They're really, especially with their relationship with Tosin Abasi.
Yeah, you have the Abasi, you have the Tim Henson, you have
Corey Wong.
Yeah, you have Corey Wong. You have the Nolly.
Mm-hmm.
What other ones do we have already? Did they make a Misa Mansour one? Misha Mansour. But if you look, it's all like prog metal guys, and then Corey Wong.
Yeah. Which Corey's even his playing style.
It's prog funk.
It's prog funk. It's still got the progressive to it. So it's absolutely. I don't know. I think John Petrucci is a great example because I've never heard anyone really talk bad about John Petrucci's tone. Not a lot of people have heard it though. I'm just kidding. A lot of people have Not a lot of people listen to Dream Theater. They know who John Petrucci is, but they don't listen to Dream Theater.
I fall into that category.
I actually prefer. I really got into John Petrucci from the G3 series with Joe Satriani. So he went on there and he played and he did some of his solo stuff. He has a song called what is it called? It's something like Scottish. It's making me mad now.
This is some great dead silence. So
other people can talk. Glasgow Kiss. The song's called Glasgow Kiss.
There you go. So going back to the archetype. So what's fun about these is it's usually a series of like amp models that fit kind of signature tones, but they're still tweakable. So it's not like they're not like Kemper profiles or anything like that where you can't really tweak them. And so this one has one for piezo, clean, rhythm, and lead tones. So I imagine this is basically his Mesa Boogie in a box.
I would assume. Usually they come with a few amps, but John Petrucci's really known for Mesa Boogie.
Well, and Mesa Boogie channels can be so wildly different.
Yes.
The piezo
usually uses the Mark IV, I believe.
It was based on one of the Marks, but then he has a signature model.
Right.
And Tom is going nuts. He's going to send us a voice memo right now because he owns one of these, doesn't he?
The Mesa Boogie.
Doesn't he have a JP?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. There's there's cab sims that are all over this with IRs and whatnot. 6 different microphones you can choose, all that fun stuff. And then on top of that, you have a transpose effect, which I'm really interested in how well it works because we've been seeing some really good transposers. There's a guitar doubler. I believe there's one of the newer features in this one is actually a metronome, which everyone needs a good metronome.
Yeah.
And at like 150 pounds. So what is that, like $200? Less than $200? This is 170 roughly. This can be a really great home recording, home practice kind of solution for especially guys with big half stack rigs for high gain that want something quieter to practice on.
Yep.
So, and there's a 14-day free trial available.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Step into Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
Speaking of this week in Harley Benton.
Harley Benton.
This one looks kind of cool.
Comes out with 2 new digital modeling amps priced under 100 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
40 and 20 watt respectively, each with 5 different amp models and 5 effects. So we have the big question here.
This is the ultimate starter amp.
Does this beat the Boss Katana?
Or the Fender Mustang.
Yeah.
But being with the price point, this is a perfect.
Yeah, considering my 15 watt crate amp cost this much 20 years ago.
Right.
Just nuts.
It's worth a gamble. I mean, if it's terrible, get a different amp,
I mean, the whole thing is, I wonder how much it would cost after shipping. Probably about $150, something like that, right? Well, no, it's gonna be a little bit closer to 200, won't it?
Oh no way! It's actually 75 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
for the 1x8.
Yeah. So the
has Bluetooth in it even. The USB port and an auxiliary port for backing tracks.
You know what I'm really mad about? Harley Bentons aren't easily accessible in the United States.
Dude, if they had redistribution here through somebody,
oh gosh, they would blow up.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
Bigger than they would, because there's so many Harley Bentons I want to play. I don't want to have to order it, wait for it to ship, and like do all that crap.
There needs to be like the problem is it's a big risk because this is an in-house brand for the largest retailer in Germany.
Europe. Or in Germany. Is it all of Europe, you think?
Oh. So like if Sweetwater decided to like house brand stuff. I don't think does Sweetwater have a house brand? Guitar Center does.
Yeah, Guitar Center's house brand is what?
Rogue.
Oh yeah.
Rogue and Mitchell or whatever it is. They have a few different like store label ones.
Yeah.
But even if like Sweetwater started slinging these and threw another 20 or 30% on it, would still work.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you, it's not even like paying for shipping or anything like that.
Oh, paying for shipping is what always prices me out of these guys.
Mine's more. I mean, I just look at the total price after shipping as the price. You know what I mean? And like, especially since we have to deal with conversion rates, I just try to like. But the biggest thing is I really just want to. I don't want to have to wait for. Like, it feels like it's going to be forever. I don't want to wait. So yeah, new Toyota
for my fries to get colder.
For my Harley Benton to make it over. Actually, you know what? Dang it, we got a new song for him.
This needs to be the affordable whatever Amazon junk. Like it.
Yeah.
It's weird because Harley Benton still seems to be quality.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the rumor we all hear. I don't actually know a lot of people with actual Harley Bentons, so there's that.
Didn't
Ben Fair?
Ben have? Yep. Yeah, Ben had one and it was pretty decent.
Yeah, but he did everything to it.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's that. Oh, maybe we'll start seeing more of them pop up on eBay. Unlike some Eric Clapton CDs.
Yeah.
Come on, Diaz. That was a segue for you. Come on.
Sorry, I'd work texting me.
Aw.
Do it again.
Nope. Too elaborate.
All right, so Eric Clapton doesn't suck this week.
Well,
kind of. He kind of doesn't suck this week.
So Eric Clapton can still suck and still do the right thing.
Okay.
Even though I don't know if this is even like doing the right thing. He's just not in the wrong here. But Eric Clapton's in the news again, everybody.
Well, looks like she only got fined for the legal fees of £3,400,
which is
so this is less money than I thought. If she sold these for £10 a piece, it's possible. I mean, if she was actually making money, that she made around that much. I don't know.
Anyway, so let's back up and tell the story a little bit. So recently there's a news article going around calling out Eric Clapton for suing a woman for selling a bootleg CD.
Right. So, and the thing is I don't like the way this article is written, in the sense of, well, technically, yes, she was sued by Eric Clapton, but it sounds like the way they wrote it, and this is the line I'm going to read. Where did it say it? Clapton sent Dusseldorf Regional Court an affidavit saying that the recordings were illegal, leading to the court's initial decision in favor of Clapton. Like, the thing is,
probably didn't even go to trial.
Huh?
It didn't even go to trial. That was just like a motion that just got processed.
But the thing is it's like they imagine Eric Clapton's like going down to the court himself, going, "This woman stole from me," and listen. The thing is, when you're an artist as big as Eric Clapton is, you have lawyers, and a lot of these songs, you know, there's the people who have recorded these and all that, like the people who people own parts of these. It's not like Eric Clapton owns every little bit of his song. Mm-hmm. You know, throughout the years, it's got, you know, the record company owns the song, or the record company owns part of the song. So anytime the song gets used. So the thing is you've got these companies and these lawyers and all these people who work for Clapton because he's an artist and he has to have these people doing this. It's not not like Eric Clapton was in his, you know, tidy whities one night scrolling eBay and just goes, "What is this? I didn't put this CD out. I'm gonna sue it."
So going back in this a little bit, there's the CD in question that's being sold is a bootleg of a concert that allegedly was bought in the 80s from a local record store by this woman's late husband, and now she's selling it on eBay. And they sent her a C&D, and she refused to comply.
So there's two levels of this too. Number one, it is a bootleg CD already. But it's a bootleg concert, right? Or is the actual CD bootleg? That's the thing. Is the concert original?
Typically, a bootleg CD of a concert is someone snuck in a recording device and just recorded the concert.
Right. So my whole thing is not only is she redistributing an album which you're not supposed to reproduce, the album wasn't even
supposed to be produced.
Wasn't even supposed to be produced in the first place. So like we're reproducing something that shouldn't have been produced in the first place, and it's
it's a simple nature of I'm sorry here, but she listed on eBay. They sent her a C&D that just says, "Hey, take your listing down."
Right.
This isn't rocket science. Take your listing down, especially if you're only listing it for $10. Just move on. Right.
And the fact that they're only suing for court costs is phenomenal. I mean, in the grand sense of what they could be suing for.
Yeah, you can, if you ever read the claims on that, unauthorized reproduction of a DVD is $300,000.
Exactly. And that's just the fine. That's not what they could say. That's not what they're going to sue you for. The $300,000 is just a fine.
Well, going back to, remember when the Napster stuff happened? And some people actually got brought to court for some of that stuff. I know a lot of those people settled and then basically declared bankruptcy because they couldn't afford that kind of those kind of fees. But this isn't unprecedented.
Yeah,
bad luck.
Who the frick is making bootleg CDs?
Here, I'm gonna take a hot take here, though.
Oh,
so think about a band like the Grateful Dead. That was common for people to show up, even with field recorders and, condenser mics on stands and stand out in the crowd and, make their own recordings of that concert. And this would happen every night they played. And there's bootlegs, people would stand out in the parking lot, people who followed them and exchange these bootlegs or, put them for sale out in the parking lot because that was part of the culture of that band. So this isn't necessarily something this is something that happens a lot. It's just he happened to or his management happened to put the hammer down on it.
I'll also have another hot take. There's a lot of illegal substances being sold at Grateful Dead concerts.
Well, the Dead, but
doesn't
the
mean
Dead
it's okay.
also, the Dead also kind of encouraged it.
Yeah, it was encouraged in their culture to just, this music is free once you paid your ticket.
Right.
Now, experience it with us. But
freaking hippies.
I'll say the other thing, and I'm just saying, I do agree. But another thing to consider is that, it's never a good look when somebody who's got a ton of money puts the hammer down on somebody, and this is the headline, the way it's written, poor, 55-year-old widow. It's never a good look. And I could see why they would want to settle for next to nothing just to kind of, hey, there's consequences, but, we don't want to come down hard on you. But it says that she doesn't comply here.
She still hasn't complied, apparently. But it's also surely someone has bought the CD. Or is she making multiple copies of this? Is she selling one CD that was bought? Or is she burning copies of the CD and selling it? That's the one part I can't find clear information on.
Where's she getting a CD burner from?
They still exist.
Did you find the listing on eBay?
Is it up there?
I don't know.
Let me see. All right, you guys can talk while I'm looking for it, by the way. Just throwing that out there. So we don't, give me one.
Well, she was also going to appeal the decision, and the court rejected the appeal. So there's also that kind of thing of someone's trying to fight over what you can and can't do. But long story short, like, it's not okay to break copyright laws and distribute material. Like, there's a pretty firm lock on this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's never an easy situation. Like when you're the Goliath coming down on the small guy or woman in this case.
I mean, yeah, especially, I mean, a 55-year-old widow. I mean, that's mean of Clapton to go for his younger fans like that.
You know, and going back to the Beatles thing, and to think he was such, you know, highly thought of by the Beatles in the 60s that they would replace George Harrison with him, or the thought of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was in the
even his wife thought about it.
Oh damn! Oh my! She didn't think about it. She done did
it. Sorry.
Oh my gosh!
Deep cut. Too low of a blow.
Dang! Bro. All right, can we like get on to something happier now? Jesus, take the
guys.
Christmas time. Yeah.
It was a ripped CD. So she was making more than one copy because there's no way that thing just stayed up there and no one ever bought it. But anyway.
Oh yeah, for real. All right. So we've already talked about how Eric Clapton is not a total douchebag in this situation. So next thing on the list of our topics, I think this will be a good ending note. If we were to buy a Christmas present for each other, what would it be? All right.
I would buy y'all this CD off.
Oh my gosh! I would
just put it on Kaza and we'll all get it.
All right, really quick. Is there a price cap on this? I got to know if I'm going to go Michael Scott or not.
Ooh, an iPod.
Very expensive. $400.
I don't know. I not to. Like, my family puts a price limit on gifts that we've kind of stopped enforcing.
Right.
But generally it's kind of like hey, don't spend more than like $30 or $40.
Right.
Which it makes it really hard to actually get anything meaningful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, so it winds up being like, here's a DVD of The Hobbit. Because you love The Hobbit. I did that for my brother-in-law one year. Or like, I was explaining to you guys what I bought. Because I bought one of those gifts today.
Yeah.
Or like my kid, all the kiddos get Legos. Like one of the more affordable Lego skits. So with that, since I give Legos to all the children, Diaz, I would give you the Lego Stratocaster.
I would like that. Ooh. Or the Millennium Falcon. I want the Millennium Falcon too.
Well, budgets, man. Budgets. The Lego Star Wars stuff gets ridiculous quick.
Jude, what's the Millennium Falcon that's expensive? What is it called? What is it called? UCS? Yeah. UCS, Ultimate Collectors Series or something like that.
Well, so there's the Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon, which is $128 on Amazon right now. Then there's the Millennium Falcon 7965, which is $509 on Amazon right now.
Yeah, that's probably it.
And then the Ultimate Collection on StockX is at currently $830, but I think that's an aftermarket price.
Probably. Okay, so if I was to get gifts, we're not going to do like a total price cap. I would get Clifton. Ooh, I'd get him one of the Fender, the new Fender amps that are solid state and don't weigh a whole lot.
Mustang?
Or
the Tone whatever?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, because that way you wouldn't be hurting your back because you love your amps.
Well, and Clifton is a former Super Reverb guy.
He is.
Yep.
It would be
reverb and
yeah, he's had them all.
And all of them all. I've had them all.
All the reverbs. Scott, I would get. Oh, I don't know. Do you have a mood?
Yes.
Oh. What's a Chase Bliss pedal you don't have?
The phaser, the chorus, the Therme, and then all the crazy like fader ones.
Okay. Do you have a Condor?
No.
I'll get you a Condor.
Those are hard to come by these days.
Yeah. I'd have to get you a Chase Bliss pedal, though.
I mean, that's the obvious one for me. Yeah.
Ooh, I know what you guys could get me that's cheap. I just want the little expression fader from Old Blood.
Oh, yeah.
That would be great. I love
those.
faders.
Are only like $50, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they're like 30. They're super cheap. Wow. Those are super cheap.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
So like if I was going to go cheap here, why not just, since we talked about it, get the Harley Benton digital amp? Just give everybody one.
I'm having a no more amps policy in my household.
So you would need the gift receipt. Okay.
There's already 4 plus 2 modelers in my house right now, so that's too many.
Okay. Well, then let's get the Loudon if we're going to go big.
Okay. Mm.
Everybody gets a Loudon. The Ed Sheeran.
Nice. For Diaz, if I were to actually buy gear right now, I'm on a big PV Decade kick, and I think you'd love it because it's just dumb sounding. So I think you'd have a lot of fun with it. For Clifton, I feel like Clifton would just rock the hell out of a Brad Paisley Telecaster.
I'd be all about that. Yes, yeah. Indeed.
Or even the Esquire. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
Diaz needs more P90s in his life.
No, that's a negative, Ghost Rider.
No,
I don't like P90s. No.
You need an SG with some P90s. That's what
maybe.
See, I was thinking a casino. Those the matte green casinos are gorgeous.
My thing is I don't like the flub of the P90s, and then if you're throwing it in
a hollow on top of that,
hollow on top of that, you're just way going away from my, what I enjoy. So I'm glad we're having this conversation beforehand before you guys start ordering this stuff.
Oh, that's cute. That you think I'm buying
it was in my cart. It was in my cart already.
Oh, yeah.
All right, if we were to buy Chris something,
a delay.
The Joyo delay.
Oh my gosh, no. The trouble he had with that. I don't know. Yeah, it'd probably be I would if like money not a problem, Free the Tone would be great.
Oh, scratch that. Diaz, I'd get you the new MXR Tom Morello thing. Because I know you're all about that.
Dude, I actually really want, like, I was pricing it out the other day.
It's not that expensive.
No, it's not. I really do want that. Honestly, I've thought about putting together a Tom Morello board, just strictly a Tom Morello board. TR2, DD3, and
isn't everything still in production?
Yes. Well, except for his whammy. I'd have to get a whammy 5. And then what else? And then I'd get the MXR, and I'd want to get his signature Dunlop Wah. I'd do a Tom Morello board any day of the week and be happy with it.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
All right. Well, everyone, if you want to, you can go into our group on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/group/The Effects Loop. You can go in there. Tell us what you'd get us for Christmas, or someone else. Just tell us what you want to. If money's no option, you see something, you're like, I want to get this for someone.
And if you find that Clapton concert on, like YouTube or something, just share a link.
Yeah. Or if you want to get copies of it and start selling it, don't do that in our group. But you can go to theeffectsloop.com. It has all of our links to everything, to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/theeffectsloop, Matt, because you need to join like you said you would. Also, you can find our Instagram or YouTube. You can also email us at theeffectsloop@gmail.com. No one emails us there. So
we got an email once.
One time, and I think it was just to test us.
Actually, Harley Benton emailed us back. Did you ever reply to that?
No, I haven't had a chance.
Okay.
It's been crazy. I've had the boys, so it's my vacation week with them, and so it's pretty much been focused on playing video games, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sounds real tough.
Well, it is. Have you ever had a 15-year-old talk trash to you, and you can't say what you really want to say? Except for I was like, I banged your mom. Oh, dude, I totally did. That was an insult. And then he was talking to his friend Ronan, and I said, tell him if he doesn't get his stuff together, I'm going to screw his mom too. So tell him. So he said, do it. My dad. He's like, my dad will do it. He's like, don't, just play better. All right, that was horrible. All right, guys, for the effects loop, I'm Diaz.
I'm Cliff.
I'm Scott.
And we will see you guys. We're probably gonna be taking a week off for the holidays. This is right before Christmas. We got Christmas, New Year's coming up. So
yeah, I got family in town during exactly that period of time. So
yep. So it's gonna be it's gonna be nuts. So we will see you guys in a couple weeks. If you're catching up and you don't have to miss a week, it'll be the next episode you download. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Clifton, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, Clifton.
Clifton, say goodbye.
Bye, y'all.
Later. The thing there, Clifton. You guys want to play a game of Black Puck?
Probably we're going to start a Southern Gospel.
I had to learn how to play a flat fifth this week. I still don't quite know what I'm doing.
It's a flat fifth with a diminished. I don't know.
I just played the root because there was a passage coming. So I was done.
Housework.
Not even. Well, because it's diminished. That affects the housework.
Oh, you can do it. You just
from the dictionary. Why is negativity always drawn out? Picture every visualized love. Energize lives together.
Okay.
We undefeated.
Exactly
A plan to make weathers no gloves. When we weed into the mindset of achieving and believing in community that remains savage.
Oh, hey, before we dive in,
this is the year we
it might as well be since we'll probably take the
okay.
Topic. I had the bootleg CD from Eric Clapton.
Yeah, I like it.
And you'll overreact because you didn't read the article.
No, I won't.
I know where this is going. I think.
Yeah. I'm actually pro Eric Clapton on this one. He's been a dick everywhere else, but I'm pro Eric Clapton on this one.
Well, even then,
you can't sell bird CDs. Like, come on.
I mean, it's not like. I mean, how much did she?
She was selling a lot. It wasn't like she was selling one. And they see what's going
Well, my thing is too. I don't think it's make up in this way.
No, it's just weird. First off, or like, it's a legal protection thing. Someone knows about it. Something like that. It's a suit maintaining copyrights and everything like that. Essentially, C&D, she said suing, they did. And they were keeping legal fees, and that's it. Like, they could have gone after her for more.
It's wild. It's not a good. It's never a good look though. Like when well, do you want to say it for the show?
Yes.
Sure.
Let's wait for the show. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that thing at the beginning.